Cause at KMFM with What Can I Do? Nigel back on evenings tonight after 7 with Plan B as the album of the week. Charlton tickets to give away for their home match on Saturday against Tranmere. And Joe Pasquale on the show tonight.
KMFM.
Who needs Joe Pasquale when we've got the Sportsferret?
He's here, ready to go.
Now, what have you for part deux?
Okay, well, just for a change, I thought I'd do a little bit of local sporting history. Now, a gentleman called Walter Tull was born in Folkestone in 1888. His dad was from Barbados and his mum was from Dover. And despite being of mixed heritage, he was referred to as a black man. He went to what is now known as Mandela School, and he went on to play football for Tottenham Hotspur and Northampton Town, whose nickname is the Cobblers. He made 10 appearances for Spurs before he was dropped into the reserves, but this may have been due to the racial abuse he received rather than his football skills. He was transferred to Northampton Town in 1911, where he went on to make 111 appearances. When war broke out in 1914, Tull enlisted in the army, quickly rising to the rank of sergeant. He fought in the infamous Battle of the Somme and was commissioned as a second lieutenant, becoming the first black or mixed-race officer in the British Army.
Wow.
After several acts of gallantry, he was recommended for a military cross, but was killed in action in 1918. His body never recovered. Now, most Folkestone people, to be fair, might know a lot of those facts, but in the town of Northampton, where they have the Cobblers Study Centre, they call it, which is linked to the football club, is remembered there as an important member of the community and a role model who stood up to racial prejudice. Now, I've been in touch with these guys, and in fact, I've got a relation who works in the centre itself. She's my cousin, and her name's Jamie. Good morning, Jamie. Hope you and the crew are listening up there at the Cobblers Study Centre. We think it's funny saying that down here because cobblers is obviously a word that's used in
What a load of cobblers.
But down here it's quite amusing. Anyway, she was telling me they have a Walter Tull trail for young students to follow around the ground, challenging them to find important facts about the man himself. They are taught that Walter encountered racial abuse on the pitch, but he rose above it. There is a road behind the North Stand called the Walter Tull Way, and a memorial to him in a dedicated garden of remembrance at their stadium. Now, having said all that, Folkestone haven't forgotten him. His name is on the memorial at the top of the Road of Remembrance, and also on the memorials in Dover and River. And in his old school, Mandela, there's a plaque in his memory, and the school has been involved in several projects, even making a 6-minute animated film about his life.
I saw that plaque last time I was at Mandela. I saw it there, and I thought,
right?
that name rang a bell for some reason, and that's obviously the reason
I was speaking
why.
to the secretary at the school yesterday, actually. She was updating me. They even made a 6-minute animated film about his life. And at one time, there was even talk about changing the name of the school to the Walter Tull School.
Oh, wow.
So there you go, a bit of local sporting history, just for a change, a bit of a diversification on the Adam Dowling Breakfast Show. So that was the history of a man born in Folkestone, quite a hero, and he broke the mould in his day. So there you go.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
now, if you fancy being featured on the Sportsferret in a future week, how do they go about doing it?
Well, if you want to get in touch with me, you can send me an email, kevin@kmfm.co.uk, or go to Facebook and just put Sportsferret in the search and send me a message.
Good stuff. There'll be more from the KMFM Sportsferret next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping to catch up with the crew from Folkestone Town netball team.
Netball
That's quite
Town.
a mouthful, isn't it?